All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. And double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect and to the Lord's elect alone. All right, and Thawadi Abashim Ashai, Bahashem Rachakwadash, for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And man, hey, you got to watch this video, okay? This video sums up the mindset, the confusion, the state of people, okay, right here. And one thing that I notice is this world has a issue with Israelite man masculinity, okay? This world hates when the Israelite man is showcasing masculinity because it denounces their wickedness. All right. So, I'm going to go into Psalm 37, but you got to watch this, man. Okay. It's on World Star. All right. I screenshotted it right here, and let's just go right into the scriptures. I got a lot to say, but I want to say it with the scriptures. All right. This is Psalms 37, Psalms 37 and 1. Okay. This is Psalms 37 and 1. Excuse me, I'm in the vehicle right now. It's the ledger right here. It says, security of those who trust in the Lord and insecurity of the wicked. It says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. So now that you have been awoken, okay, to be an Israelite, especially you brothers, okay, because the main captive creature on planet Earth is the Israelite man, all right? And for you sisters out there, if the Lord is dealing with you, then you now understand the importance of the male's role in a nation's leadership, all right? So Esau has been used single-handedly to cut down the masculine righteous leaders of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to the nation of Israel, all right? And this is why we need to be back in rulership, all right? Because when you don't see the man in the house is chaotic, okay? Everyone's in disarray. No one's in order. People are doing what they want, when they want, how they want. And when righteous masculinity enters the room, people are quiet, okay? And this is why for you brothers, you want to know why the world, like Yahushai told us, you want to know why the world don't love you? Because you're a man of the Lord, all right? And two key words is man, well, first Lord, but man, okay? Because if you was a simp, if you was a 6'1", 6'3" gentle giant, they would like you, they want you around, but because you showcase righteous masculinity, all right, they lose their mind, all right? Even these women that want to be dominated by a man, they have so many demons on them that their frequency's off when you're in the room. And we see it on a day-to-day. That's why I said, man, go watch that video. This place is cooked, okay? Esau's been used to take masculinity out the house, and now men want to be women, okay? And now when you stand up to bring in order, all right, what happens? They hate you, all right? They hate him that rebuketh in the gate. Let me get this real quick. Yeah, I'm so thankful we're under grace, man. Let me go to Amos real quick. Get this really, really quick. And that's why a lot of shame is going to befall our people, especially our women. All right. This is Amos 5 and 10. It says, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate. And what are you rebuking? You're rebuking their iniquity. You're rebuking their wickedness. You're rebuking their Queen of Heaven worshiping. You're rebuking the confusion. Okay. This whole place is a huge, smelly ball of confusion. All right. Even from down bottom barrel to high up echelon Edomite careers. Okay, these buildings that you walk by can't get in because of security and clearance. It's a bunch of confusion in there. You ain't missing out on nothing. It's just a modern day big house. Okay, and these people hate that we are getting our spiritual balls back. And excuse me for saying it that way, but I'm gonna say it that way, man. Okay, even our own women don't want us to be men. Going back to the Willie Lynch letter, because even our women see that Esau's in power because they gravitate towards power. And then they'll sell you out in front of power, so-called power. But they ain't in no real power. They just been given this authority, like Yahweh Shai said. All right, you only be given this power because of my Father. All right. Amos 5:10, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. So we're speaking uprightly, and they don't like that. Going back to this funny ass video. Now, did Myron bring out a precept? No. But what he showcased was masculinity. He was calling a spade a spade. He told the loudmouth black woman to shut her mouth and go work out. Now, did he say literally shut your mouth? No. But he did tell her ass to work out. He told the Edomite dude he should be a man and stop dressing like a woman. And then he told the other Edomite woman to go make a sandwich. That's right. You make daddy a sandwich, you know, and it was right. It was on point. And this world has a problem with the Israelite man absurding masculine dominance. The world hates your righteous masculine dominance, man. Okay? And the kingdom is going to be a righteous, masculine, dominating kingdom. All right? Ain't going to be no Riz. Okay? We're going to showcase our masculinity and righteousness. This place wants you to tuck it in, be quiet. I've seen people look at me sideways just for how I order something. Because I speak clear and I pronunciate my words. And I have a little bass in my voice. They're looking at me like I'm tripping. But then what? Then the person can say, huh, what you want? I've had people actually thank me. They said, thank you for articulating what you're ordering and what you want. All right? So F these people, man. Don't trim your ways. Don't trim your ways to seek love, man. Let's put that in real quick. Let's put trim ways. Let's see what pops up. Okay? Let me see right here. Let me get this. Let me try one more. Let me try, let's put trim, ways, love. Okay? That's what this place wants. Okay? They want you to trim your way to seek love. Oh man, is it Jeremiah? I think it's Jeremiah. Why trimmest? Let's try it like that. Oops, excuse me. Why trimmest thy, how do you spell that? Oh, I need the R. Bear with me. It just came to mind. Trim thy, oh, come on. Be on my team. All right. Why trim thy ways to seek love? And that's what Jake's doing. That's what Jake does to seek love. Okay. What LL Cool J say? I just need love. And I get it. It's a natural creature's right. But we're not here to be loved. You got to understand in this walk, you're not here to be loved. You're not here to be liked. Because people are demons. The whole world lieth in wickedness. Okay? Your dream girl, your friends, all right? They're all wicked. So-called dream girl. I mean, because, brothers got their own likes, things that they want, preferences. But on this side, hey, we get what we get, and we're content with what we got. Because at the end of the day, we know ultimately what's coming for us, okay? Now, let me read this. Hold on. Okay, this is Jeremiah 2:33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? See that? Just like a man. Look at a man, what he does to get a woman. Okay? When you look at a man, going back to the so-called dream girl, look what a Jake does to get the woman. He shaves, literally, trims his beard, literally, He presents himself for what she likes. Hell no. We carry ourselves the way the Lord likes. And if the person in front of you's got a problem with it, well then, tough titty, that's your loss. Okay? We're not here to please the creature. All right? What did it say? Am I here to persuade man or the Most High? Let me grab that real quick too, since the Spirit's rolling. We'll go back to Psalms 37, but let's get the wise words of Apostle Paul in the book of Galatians. This is Galatians 1. I'm over here reading. I got to look over my shoulder. I got to look over my shoulder while doing a lesson. Do you understand the severity of how through we are as a nation behind enemy lines? And we're supposed to be trimming our ways to be loved by the enemy while behind their lines, knowing that prophetically these lines are going to be destroyed? Come on, man. This is Galatians 1 and 10. It says, for do I now persuade men or Yahweh? Or do I seek to please man? I'm not here to be no man pleaser, man. Okay? And the average man is a sinful man. So don't fear the words of the sinful man whose end is going to be worms and dung, Spiritually, F these people, man. F-U-C-K-U, man. Okay? And it says, or do I seek to, why are you going to please a vain man? You know, trimming your ways, you know, trying to be friends with the local Edomite, but he gets to be the man. Esau gets to be a man. Esau gets to walk with his chest out. But the minute you do, it's looked at as threatening. You know, you're looked at as, you're making this uncomfortable. This place don't want us to be fucking men. You know how much of an offense that is? And if you can't find offense to that, now imagine you having a son, and then your son's got to trim his ways for these bitch-ass people. You got to trim your ways for a Mo, for a Chi-Chi boy, for a S-L-U-T woman. You know? Get out of here. It says, or do I seek to please men? For if I yet pleased men, I should not be a servant of a Mashiach. Exactly. Okay? We're servants of Yahweh Shem Shai. And then in so much that Yahweh Shai said, not only no more servants, but friends. Okay? So we got our family. We got our folks. We got our love. We got everything we need. We don't need love from this place. We don't need the acceptance of this place or this wicked ass world. We need to be accepted with Yahweh Shem Shai. So don't trim your ways for this place, man, because you'll be a laughing stock. That's what they want you to do. They want Jake to fight and say that they could be saved. They want Jake to be passive. They want 6'4" Jake to be soft-spoken, you know? But you're the threat because you ain't been compromised. You ain't been overtaken. That's why we don't fret. Jeremiah 2:33, why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? So Jake's trimming his ways. Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked one thy ways. See, damn, man. And we're amongst the wicked right now, you know? And you know who's mainly amongst the wicked? Our women, okay? You women should be ashamed of yourself, man, all right? You women should be ashamed of yourself how you've easily conformed. But that's your lot right now. So you need to eat that. You need to eat the fact that your lot is to be easily persuaded by evil, temporal, mere mortal men. You need to accept that. You need to look in the mirror and accept that. And be humble, man, and repent, and be quiet. Because every day I go in this big, evil, confused world, and I see nothing but turncoats, okay? And then we're looked at as funny because we ain't riding with you. We ain't turning coat with you. We ain't bending the knee with you. No, we're standing for Yahweh Shem Shai, unlike the rest of these people, all right? Psalms 37:1, fret not thyself because of evildoers. Evil ass people, excuse my language. Neither be thou envious. We ain't envying you, okay? I don't envy Esau with a big booty black woman, all right? I don't envy a man that has a woman in general, all right? Because we're being built up in the spirit to think like gods, not just flesh, rod, you know, horny, all right? But we look at that and we see another loss, okay? We're living sacrifices. We're not out here trying to get the undesirables. We understand with this walk and what comes with it. And you know what comes with it? And us not having our women, which proves that the woman is a gift to the Israelite man, because if she wasn't a gift, she wouldn't have been taken away. But we understand that. So it's all good. But do you understand that out there? For they shall soon be cut down like the grass. See? You wanted to go over there because you thought grass was greener on the other side, not knowing that grass was going to get cut too. You want a sinking ship, all right? And male masculinity is a beautiful thing, man. Being in a righteous masculine way is beautiful, okay? It's beautiful. We're not carnal, all right? And it says, and wither as the green herb, trust in the Lord and do good. See, we do good. Even to those that do bad to us, even to our enemies, even to the demons that are around us, workplace, out and about, you know, we do the right thing around here, unlike the rest of these people, okay? So don't trim your ways of being a righteous, masculine man, because that is what's going to be looked at as a hiding place in a time of Jacob's trouble. Ain't no woman going to run under no Mo, okay? It says, trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Yup. While everybody else is starving, we're going to eat. Because everybody's eating right now, eating this garbage, eating this dye, okay? But we're getting ready to eat righteously, and we're eating right now from the word. And that's the most important meal. It says, delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thy heart. So we delight ourselves in Yahweh Shem Shai. And don't ever let a bad day go to waste, you know? Don't ever let a bad day go to waste. I thank the Lord today. I said the water for the spiritual fuel, you know? We go through our walks, and a lot of times, a lot of exhortation comes from things that we're dealing with in the daily walk. This is why it's edifying, because it's common to man. But we have a tunnel of guidance through the Holy Spirit to keep us looking at the light at the end of the tunnel. All right? That's what you got to fixate and focus on, not the temporal in front, okay? Because everybody's going to switch up when that power goes off. Commit thy way unto the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, and trust also in him. You got to trust. Do you trust the Lord? It says, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday light. It's noon right now. Okay, so it's inevitable. Noonday is going to happen regardless. So judgment's going to happen regardless. It just ain't happened on this noonday yet. But soon it will. So what? Rest in Yahweh Shemel Shai and wait patiently. Wait while suffering. Deal with it. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way. But right now, all the prospering is vain anyways, and it's BS. Don't be envying them and their iPods and their offices or cars or home or clothes or women or mere mortal BS. Because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass, and that ultimate device is getting ready to be brought to pass. And then what? Okay? Then we're going to see who's real, who's phony, who's fake, you know? Cease from anger. So that's one thing I'll personally admit. I work on ceasing from anger, because I know anger resteth in the bosom of fools, even though it says be ye angry and sin not, but there's a balance to everything. You got, if you find things making you angry, then also counteract what you have the right to be angry in with a spiritual mindset of peace, though. Okay? Because you can get angry at our situation, but the peace comes through the precepts and the scriptures and the knowledge of it. All right? It says, cease from anger and forsake wrath. Right, because this place wants to make you to crash out. And we're not going to crash out. I don't run to Zah. We work on ourselves daily because they want us to lose. They don't want you to win. They ain't rooting for you. They ain't rooting for you, Jake. They're against you. They're against us, man. So, Thawadi Yahweh Shemel Shai, for Yahweh Shemel Shai, Bashimar Kakwadash, and the brotherhood to keep us on the right path. It says, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. We're getting ready to inherit, and we're going to inherit better than what they got. We're getting ready to inherit the earth. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be, yea, though shall diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. See? So this thing's all about the change, man. All right? This thing's about to change. These people ain't going to be able to walk around and be weird and satanic and evil and out of order while looking down on you, looking down on the gods, okay? Because that's what we are. We are gods, but we're looked at as just men that die, okay? But there's going to come a time where we're not going to die no more. And then now what? Now what? But they're going to continue to die if they're heathens, okay? Because Jake's going to have to die to death too, of the second death, but after that he shall live. So in the meantime, we're looking at people that are getting ready to die, and they don't even know. And it could be that day, it could be that noon, it could be that evening, it could be that month, that year. See? So hey man, continue to be in a righteous masculine vibration, man. Embrace your masculinity, brothers. Do not trim your way for this bitch ass place, this low vibrational place, man. All these people are weak. All right? So I just want to do that quick lesson. I pray the point has been made. So I just want to say, call halal, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kakwadash, and double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, Shalom.